I contracted hepatitis. I finally came back to Miami in December of that year, 1959. So I missed one semester. I went back to school and I was able to graduate in 1960 from high school. After graduation in June of 1960, I came to Miami and I was accepted at the University of Miami to go for engineering and architect. Nevertheless, I learned at that time that there was something going on in Central America to liberate Cuba from communism. So I decided it was more important to do that than go to the University of Miami. So I enrolled what later became the Bay of Pig invasion. So I was flowing to Guatemala where we trained there. Now there's a lot of people who claim and ask why this operation was entrusted to the CIA, military landing, because the CIA really had no expertise on that field. It should have been given to the Pentagon. And the simple answer was that it was never meant to be an invasion like it was. In early 1960, President Eisenhower received information from our intelligence service that the Cubans were going to go into a new phase with the Soviet Union, and they were planning to bring offensive missiles into the island. So President Eisenhower at that time ordered the CIA to destabilize the Castro regime. So what the CIA did, they got a very professional and experienced colonel who graduated from West Point from Filipino origin. The name was Napoleon Valeriano. He used the name was also Colonel Vallejo. He was very successful in the Philippines against the communist hawk in there. Now, his concept was completely different to an invasion. His idea was to use the people that were already uprising in the mountain of the Escambray in the middle of the island to actually increase their capabilities and bring a provisional government to that area. So he separated the brigade in three groups, what they call the Great Team, Special Forces of the Brigade, or infiltration team, then the black teams, there were three of them, 25 men each, and then what they call the occupational force, was the main force of the brigade. Our mission with the infiltration team was to go into Cuba before anything happened, landing there clandestinely either by air or by sea or by the airport, and then start recruiting people in the city and send it to the Escambray. And once there were enough people in the Escambray that required more weapon and training, they will send, according to requirement, the black teams. Every black team of 25 men each, they were trained in explosive demolition, military training, to be able to receive weapon by air and by sea, air reception, maritime reception. And they would start arming that guerrilla in the Escambray. And then the idea was after that, that once there was a small territory that they could be able to liberate, then they will bring the rest of the brigade in custody of a provisional civilian government who will promise free and democratic election in Cuba within a year. And it's going to radio that with the powerful radio station that we're going to bring in and tell the world they were planning to free and democratic election. At that point, then the United States and the Organization of American States will recognize that. Then it will be a military force composed by the Organization of American States. I would say 95% Americans, maybe 5% Latin America, and that will be the end of Castro. They will go in there and they will take out the regime, and then we could secure the government within a year to run democratic election. That unfortunately didn't happen because that wasn't Eisenhower Republican Party plan. So in November, when President Kennedy was elected president, then he received the news that we were in training in Guatemala.